Alright guys, now I could have sworn I did a video on this already, but apparently not. I am going to be having a Monster Jam show in February. Again, I could have sworn I already streamed about this, but I guess I was wrong. So, my tour is Tour Yellow, but Tour Yellow, as you guys probably know, just had some pretty crazy changes. The Monster Jam is already jumping in here with the events near you, alright? Yes, the Tucson's smaller because it's pretty far away still, right? So we see some pretty big changes. So I don't think I have anything that showed the original lineup, but I know the original lineup had Colton Eichelberger, Adam Anderson, Chris Kohler, and Bryce Kenny, but they ended up getting replaced by Preston Perez, Tyler Menninga, Ryan Anderson, and Barney Musaur. So some people I'm sure are a little bit upset about this, especially since it's so soon. But I really think it's a better change to the tour. And also I get to see all of Team Scream, Jim Kohler, Preston Perez, Craig Champion, and Cory Rummel, except, what's his face, guy that drove Monster Mo Rottweiler last year, but he's not driving it all this year. So next thing I want to talk about is the tours themselves, not just my tour, because there's some very interesting things in these tours. Now, first thing I noticed right away, half of them are Feld drivers, and half of them are independent drivers, and both tours do that. Half of them are Feld drivers, half of them are independent drivers, so that's pretty interesting. I like how they actually, it could be a coincidence, but they definitely went out of their way to do that. I actually don't know if they did that with the other tours. I'm gonna have to check. Oh, they did. They actually did that for every single tour. That's really interesting. This one would be coming to Tucson, which I'm not going to, but that honestly looks like a really good tour. It's even though I'm in the same state, it's still like a 3 or 4 hour drive, right? But that was like a really good show. Brandon Vincent, which when he's in an arena, he's really good. We got Tristan England, always really good stadium or arena. But I it's odd to zoom out of Alien Invasion. Miranda Kozad, I don't really know much about. Rockwell Red, it's a new driver, so I don't really know what to say. Dave Wolford, probably my favorite arena driver, and then Extreme Attitude and Jailbird, which I saw in my show. So I want to talk about some things I want to change about the tours. So first things first, I would prefer to see Preston Perez put onto Arena West, and then have Tristan England put onto Series Yellow. I know it's a huge stretch, and they're doing that because it's Team Scream, but, like, Preston Perez is a triple threat driver, but the thing is, like, Tristan England has been to stadiums this year and had top level performance. He's won this year in stadiums, and he's gone to the World Finals in stadiums, and they're still just putting him back in the arenas every single year. They don't take him out of the arenas, and I think that's a really big issue. They definitely need to fix that. So if he got swapped out with maybe Preston Perez, or I don't know, he needs to be put on an arena or a stadium tour, because Barney Musaur and Caleb Blood, they just came out of arenas and they got put in perfectly fine. I guess Barney Musaur not as long, though. He's been driving a little bit longer out of arena tours. But still, like Caleb Blood's performance compared to Tristan England's performance, like, she got a couple cool siggies and a little bit of air during her run in New Orleans, I want to say. might have been Los Angeles. Like she got a lot of, a little bit of good stuff in there, but like Tristan England on every night that he was at San Antonio, plus a few other shows because he was also at New Orleans or Los Angeles. I really don't remember which one it was. He got the big air. He got a save in just about every one. He put moonwalks. He put. I don't know if he went for the backflip or not. Now I'm just going to talk about something interesting. Colton Eichelberger was on my tour, and now he's entirely gone. Like, he's nowhere to be found. Which brings up another weird point. There's only 2 Max Ds out of 5 tours. Like, I don't think they've ever done that before. So now I'm going to talk about some changes. So the only ones here are Adam Anderson swapped with Tyler Menninga and Barney Musaur switched with Bryce Kenny. But apart from that, it was just this driver being swapped and Ryan Anderson exchanged Colton Eichelberger, who is nowhere to be found any longer. So, all in all, I want to talk about the tours themselves. Let's talk about Tour Yellow first. Let's talk about Tour Red first, since I don't have Tour Red. This might be one of the best tours ever in Monster Jam, and here's why I say that. We have Adam Anderson and Tom Meents, who are, I think, the 2 most veteran drivers who are driving this year, apart from, like, Jim Kohler. Yeah, Jim Kohler, and then these 2. Right. Like, of the stadium tours, I mean. So, yeah, and Jimmy Dorner, so. They're both very veteran drivers, and Gravedigger and Max D, so that's going to be a crazy thing in itself. Then there's Bryce Kenny, surprisingly has never won a World Finals, but always hits big, and he attempts a lot of saves, and it's not like he doesn't try to. The track just gives in a lot. Like, a lot of the time he ends up perfectly upside down, not even on the side, and that's what becomes the problem. Mark List, I don't really know. Todd LeDuc. This is interesting, right? With Todd LeDuc and Cody Saucier is they don't have a truck confirmed. So it was 2012 that Monster Energy first joined the Monster Jam Tours. So 2022 would mark 10 years since Monster Energy joined Monster Jam. That either means that the 10 years are up and their sponsorship is expiring, or it means that there's going to be some crazy 10th anniversary stuff going on. And like how they did Mutant before, I don't know, maybe they do Gronk or something, I don't know. Like, I don't know, just something that would have the brand still for 10 years. Either their 10 years are up, or it's going to be crazy after that, so. Next up, we have Cynthia Gautier and the Lucas. That's weird. Before it was called the Lucas Oil Stabilizer. Now it's just the Lucas Stabilizer. That's good in 2 ways. One, she's just a crazy driver herself. She's like first few shows back of this year, and she is wild already. Like Houston's a good example. Houston's a good example for a lot of these drivers. Ryan Disharoon, I don't think raced this year, but he's one of the better independent drivers. We have Matt Pagliarulo and Nick Pagliarulo. Nick Pagliarulo is definitely a rising star in the tours. But Matt Pagliarulo, especially using Houston as an example, hasn't been going quite as big as we're used to seeing. I don't think he's tried to approach that backflip once. But in New Orleans, he did get a good save. He did get a good skills attempt. It just wasn't really what we're used to seeing from him. John Gordon, we don't really have much to base that on, like 2 shows, so I'm not going to say anything about him based on this year's performance. Last year, he was alright. He was a fast racer, that's about it. Jamie Garner, 8 packs, Big Air, just like a generally good driver. And then Cole Bernard, same thing, one of the better drivers. Now I want to make it over to my tour. For some reason, they still don't have my show listed down here, even though my show is identical to the tour, which is odd. We have Tyler Menninga to start it off, and I just want to say, this is one of the things I'm extremely excited for, because based on his Houston performance, if he's going to still be going that crazy, then I don't know what to say. Like, that was bigger than I think Adam Anderson has gone this year. Tyler Menninga in Houston. So, next up we have Barney Musaur. Now, he came to my shows back in May. He just had issue after issue after issue. He didn't even get a freestyle, actually. The first show, he hit one jump in freestyle and totally broke the front end. And then the second show, he broke something and didn't even get to try to go to freestyle. So hopefully this will be his redemption arc at Glendale and he will be able to get something good going. Next up we have Charlie Pauken in the Monster Mutt. So Charlie Pauken, he was like the first few years of my shows, like 2016 to early 2018, he would be the one always coming behind Gravedigger. And I think it's I don't think I've ever seen Monster Mutt before. I've seen Dalmatian, but not the regular Monster Mutt, I don't think. And I might have seen Rottweiler back in 2016. So, not only is that exciting, but it's Charlie Pauken. And that's exciting in and of itself because he hasn't driven Monster Mutt in a few years. He drove Monster Mutt back in 2007, a few years after, but not in the few most recent years. So that's exciting in and of itself. And then Ryan Anderson, because who doesn't want Ryan Anderson on their tour, right? He's only the best driver, currently at least. He's only the best driver out there. I mean, why would you not want him on your tour? That's just lying if you say that. Huge air, saves, best skills attempts you'll ever see, backflips, innovates his backflips. Yeah. Cameron Murphy, huge air, and then he has his unique style. He also does moonwalks. I don't really care about moonwalks. He goes for the backflip really early on, and we've seen him really struggle with that this year. He's been doing that a couple times, but of the times he tried, he broke the truck. So, he might have landed one backflip this year, but from what I remember, he broke the truck, or he didn't even attempt it. Caleb Blood, it's just nice to see more arena drivers on stadium, I guess, but it's still not Tristan England, so I wouldn't say I'm happy about it. Cory Rummel, Craig Champion, Jim Kohler, and Preston Perez. I'm going to ignore these two for a second because Preston Perez is from arenas. I don't watch arenas, and I've never even heard of this guy. So, I'm going to focus on the other two. Cory Rummel, saw him back in 2020. He's just an incredible driver. He didn't win, and it was a pretty basic run, big air and backflip, but that was on a pretty basic track. This is a totally different track, hopefully, that we'll be seeing. And he might, we were doing St. Louis style at the time, not Chicago style / I think they're starting to call it San Antonio style now that Houston and Glendale got this year. I just really want to see him go big once again, and hopefully go even bigger. I think it might do some bicycles as well. Next up we have Jim Kohler. Not really there for skills, but the biggest area you'll see, some of the craziest near saves that he somehow, you know what I'm talking about. Like, he'll get the save, or he'll get the 8-pack perfectly, but he starts driving too early and the truck somehow lands directly on the lid. I don't know how he does it, but he does it every single time, and it's almost funny. Like, not in a mean way, it's weird how it actually happens. Also, is it just me, or is Preston Perez, not even looking at the camera? He's, looking over here somewhere. Why is he doing that? Okay, this is like straight dead on at the camera, and it's actually kind of creepy. Like, I don't know why they decided to do that for that picture. But how do I just start looking at everybody's picture? He looks so excited to drive. Alright, let's see. He's just like so unamused with it. Some of these pictures are just so... The pictures that are dead on the face like this, like, see how they're like a little bit to the right? The ones that are dead on like this, there's something just so cursed about them. Like, I'm trying to find another good example. Why is this just a Jurassic Attack thing? Like, they just have to look straight on at the camera. I don't understand that. But yeah, anyways, back to what I was talking about. Next up we have Mike Christensen. I'm not too worried about him. He's done some good wheelies and attempted some good bicycles this year. He did attempt one backflip in his whole driving career, I think. That was at my show. Unfortunately, he couldn't save it because he broke the differential in like every single tire. So, but yeah, he's coming back, and hopefully he'll attempt a backflip again. Then we have Paul Jensen, landed his first successful backflip of like 5 or 6 years of driving in my show. That's the best part. And on top of that, he's got some crazy saves and save attempts this year. Definitely working on those moonwalks and getting a lot better at them. And just the air that he gets, opposed to some of our other drivers, right? So I'm gonna go look for some examples I could use actually. So I'm gonna stay here, and it's gonna turn off my display capture and head over to YouTube. Make sure my volume's off so I don't get copyrighted. For some reason, it has me signed out of YouTube, like just my email account. Because I'm signed in. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I just signed me in with my email account. I have to switch my account I'm streaming on. Alright. We got this. So, let's see what I could find. So, I'm just gonna see Monster Jam 2021. And I want to try to find ones of some of the smaller independent drivers that will be coming to our show. Great. I love how, like, my stream is the one showing up when I look this up. There's not even 2021 listed in the title. Actually, let's try this video. Monster Jam 2021 season highlights. This just turned into another reaction video. I'm just going to skip the ads, and then I'll turn my my computer screen back on. That way you guys don't have to watch the ads with me. Just watch a black screen with my voice over it. So these are like the highlights of the season. So let's see what we can find here. Well, that was a move right there. I have like a really runny nose today, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh. He tried to do like a Tom Menz, Ryan Anderson kind of thing right there, but didn't get it. Trying again? Well, that didn't work out. Go reverse! Put it in reverse, Terry. He didn't do it. Oh, he's slapping it. Oh. He should have carried that, Ryan. This is around Tampa time, so this would still be the original tour. Because is this only season? Because it's uploaded a few days ago, so it might have postseason. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's Houston right there. And that's Glendale, maybe? They might have done Glendale, or they might have done Houston, but not Glendale. I hope that's not the case. Or no, Glendale would have been... Yeah, they did do the Glendale show with the weird setup, so that's nice. The same one that Houston used. Whoa, that's the worst way to land. If you land on the axle, you can't really save it. It's just about luck if the truck wants to bounce forward or back. I remember that. Oh, she not get it though? I remember that part. Oh, that's true, because the last show of the year, at least for stadiums, was Houston, so I guess that would make sense that they would upload it with every show being done. Was this when he totally stole the win from Tyler Duke? It is, isn't it? It's gotta be. Oh my god, I don't know what's up with my nose today, guys, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, this is... I remember the hood being gone. This is definitely when Thomas stole the win. Yep, he's gonna get the save right here. My nose will not stop right now. Alright. That was probably one of the better moves this year. That Cynthia Gautier also followed up somehow. More on that later. She followed up at El Paso, I want to say. That was a weird transition. Here, you guys can react with me. Ooh. That's why you always want to have the wheelie bar in the back. How is the truck like... I would have thought that at least would have bent something or maybe broke the steering, but apparently not. When you really think about it, wheelies are probably the most dangerous move to do, or like, I mean, sky wheelies are probably the most dangerous move to do, for your truck wise, because, like, you're slamming down on the back of the truck, like, as hard as possible. The other skills moves, like, you're calmly getting onto the front two tires, or like, you're starting a slap wheelie when you're already on the ground, or you're doing a bicycle. I'm sure that will put some pressure on one side of the truck, but it won't really, like, it's not gonna, like, crack the axle like a sky wheelie could, so. Oh, that's just so unlucky. I think that would have been his first one, too. It was one of these shows that Cory Rummel got, like, the best skills attempt of his life. Ooh. Oh, he's still gone for another one. They're letting him drive on a flat, though, so that's nice. I believe that's, they did that for Soldier Fortune earlier this year as well. Was it Caleb Blood, I think? Oh, no! She just stuffed it. That was back when Kristen was on tour, wasn't it? Ooh. Yeah, that was a bad landing right there. Truck handled surprisingly well, though. Nice. Oh, Adam goes down too. I think Ryan Anderson's run already happened though, so. Oh, wow. What is this luck? they're all crashing on like that front left tire in the exact same like position. That's one of the worst ways to land because anything could happen near that front left tire. Could crack off, axle near it could crack off, break your steering. There's just so much that could happen on a land like that. That could damage the shocks, the rims. There's a lot that could go wrong like that. You're also not getting very much from the shocks. They're not offering you very much bounce, so it still is going to hurt to land on that like that as well. Is this where Todd LeDuc got it from, or that Todd LeDuc came up with that originally? Apparently not, though. Go, jump it! Oh, come on, man. You should have jumped it, alright. Oh? 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 This is pretty early on in the year, so I guess this was just before we started doing them successfully. Because, I mean, they're hard to do. So this is interesting. This is Christensen, England. So is this postseason? It is, because that's Foxborough right there, right? Man, everybody. I mean, that's not the same show anymore, I get it, but like, everyone's just going out the exact same way in this video. So it's called season highlights, but it doesn't actually have a lot of stuff that happened during the season. Which is interesting, because this is Caleb Blood already. So dang, again! Everyone! And it's the front left as well. They're all landing. It's the exact same tire in the exact same way every time. I'm surprised. I didn't really get any crazy crashes like that this year. So, yeah. It also looks like there's no Glendale Tour yellow here. So I think this is just his own videos of like the shows that he went to himself. Not like Adventures Racing or Monster Jam Lord. I'll turn it up a little bit. My nose is probably so loud to the stream right now. The poor front left tire just happened again. Like this time we didn't fall down onto it, but it still got crushed under all that weight. Again. Nice. Is that his first? Oh, I thought it was going to be his first moonwalk one. What is up with this? It wasn't the front left this time, but they're all landing on the tire the exact same way. He was literally in the same position as Todd LeDuc right there. So I guess that means no backflip. So is this Kristen Anderson? No, because Tristan. Okay, so this is Adam Anderson back in Gravedigger. But it's still Ryan Anderson and Bakugan because Cameron Murphy came back in my show, which is in this video a little bit later on. So this is an arena. I think this is, like, that's interesting. I wasn't expecting an arena in here. That was a pretty cool one. Should have sat it a little longer, but I'm not really gonna complain. It's arenas. What else are you gonna do, right? Oh. So I don't know if it's Preston Perez or Elvis Linus that started driving Mohawk Warrior. Again! The front left tire! Every time! Oh, so this was like right after the last stadium show for like a month. Like after this came like New Orleans and then Foxborough, I think. Don't quote me on that. But he somehow didn't win. Like, he was doing bicycles and that kind of stuff in arenas, and he still didn't win. I think it was, like, Tyler Meniga or something that won. Oh, I forgot this one was a mud fest. It wasn't as crazy as some of the ones we've seen, like when Cole Fernard landed his backflip, like, in the mud. Which I believe that Scott Busso did at the sim show. It's not as muddy, but it's definitely as slick. So. Oh wow, every time. Always on the front end. Again. Oh. He totally could have had that one too. The rear right locked up though. And when that happens, if you're on the side of your truck and one of the rear tires locks up, and it's the one that's on the ground, not the one in the air, sorry, you're done. There's just nothing to do. You can't save it with one tire having power. Especially since if you're in that position, that's also generally going to mean you have something bad going on with your internals themselves. Why would she do that? Like, I guess she was trying to do a bicycle, but do it in skills. Like, don't ruin your entire freestyle just to try to do a move, right? For those of you just joining the stream now, I was talking about the next year tours towards the beginning. Now I'm just reacting to stuff. So. Ooh. That was another bad landing on the front end. What is with these landings on the front end? So this is Cynthia Gautier, because that's Lindsay Reed in the background. No, why would you go forward? No. In defense, she probably thought she was facing towards the track and would have done a wheelie towards a ramp, not a wall. But she still should have gone reverse nonetheless. It still would have been a save, not a complete crash. So, I don't know. Drivers will be drivers, I guess. I don't know. Alright, Adam Anderson now, I think. This is interesting. Like, these are like the last 3 shows, I think, take up 20 minutes. So, this would be good to listen to with headphones, but then you guys couldn't hear it, so. Again! Everyone! Ariel's Tom Menz. Now, I think the backflip is completely blocked at this point, so I don't know, he's gonna have to get a little creative here. Back when my show happened in May, the error that happened... Oh, wait, no, they moved him out of the way. The error that happened to my show back in May, you just couldn't explain it. Like, it was tremendous. Sorry, dude, you not... That's just not how you do it. The video is not centered at all. Like, if you were trying to make this a short, I always make my short square so you could see a little bit more of it, but if it was like a straight-on short, it would be like that. Like, you couldn't see anything. Oh, goodness, lag. Lag. Oh. Nice. I don't even think he hit Jester right there. Tom Menz doesn't do a backflip in the freestyle? What? Too bad the camera clean's like totally gone, because he is probably the #1 biggest... Actually, no. He's probably the second most important driver in Monster Jam behind Dennis Anderson. That sounds ridiculous. Maybe like the 3rd most behind Dennis Anderson, then Tom Menz. He's like the 3rd most important driver. And that sounds ridiculous, but he's the one that invented the backflip. He's the one that brought the backflip to the shows. And that's really what made a difference. They also did the first corkscrew, which is, oh my goodness. So here's my show. So I guess I'm just doing commentary on my show. Oh man. Brandon Vincent, I wish I could see him in stadiums again. Like, not like me personally, but like, I wish we could see him in stadiums again because I generally want to know how he would have freestyled had he not crashed, or I guess he didn't crash, but had he not broken freestyle, I want to know how he would have done. This was a really good attempt. But I'm mad about it because when I pressed record on that part, my camera died, so I didn't get his skills attempted. I'm so mad about that still. That's why I never uploaded skills part 2, because you guys were like, where's Ryan Anderson? My camera died, okay? I had to switch cameras, but the problem about that was I couldn't because I didn't have my other camera, like, at the ready. Like, we obviously have to get it out and stuff. One of the best saves I've experienced, as well as the comments in 2019, obviously. I do want to clear this up. I've only been to Glendale shows. I've never been to a show that wasn't at State Farm Stadium. I just wanted to clear that up for you guys because, I don't know, I just did. Like, I haven't been to Tucson. I haven't been to California. I've never been to another show. Just in case you guys are wondering. So if I ever say, like, Tom Mentz in 2019, your mind should go, like, if I say Tom Mentz's save in 2019, your mind should go to his save in Maxi Fire in Glendale 2019. Because I've never been outside of Glendale. Jeez, I'm listening to this now and that truck is like gone. Oh, is he only going to show the one jump? I think that's the jump he broke. Yeah, he's only showing the one jump. Like, had that not happened, I genuinely want to know how well he actually would have done. Oh, he didn't show it. The tire, like, fully ran away, and they had to call in a tractor. I'll show you guys in a second. He did a lot better than I expected, may I add. Like, for an arena driver and a pretty small independent driver, he did really good. Especially compared to Jailbird, but yeah. We didn't even know Extreme Attitude and Jailbird were gonna be there. They just kind of showed up. Like, had I not gone to the pit party, I feel like it would have been a lot more like, what? Like, I feel like the pit party kind of took away the excitement of that part. But it was an incredible pit party. I think it's because of the pit party that I got probably my best clips. Again, I'll show you guys in a second. Actually, I'll just pause this one and go straight to my videos. Jack and a toe, yes. I changed it again. Just pick a thumbnail and stick to it. $29,315 views, right? I don't know why I'm just exploring my whole page right now. Let's get back to what we're doing. Probably the highlight of the entire show right here. We need to highlight this. You could probably actually watch it. I'm gonna do this in slow-mo. Where's the speed? Alright, here it is. Let's see. Oh, let's see if we could capture this. Oh, now the camera's not even working. That's good. Let's see, we should be able to watch it right here. Oh, it went like flying behind him. Did he step on it too? I didn't even see that part. I think he stepped on it. That makes it all the more great. Alright. And then, this, I know this is a post-show thing when they walk the track, but, like, I know they do this post-show when they walk the track. I totally missed that. Just want to add that. But, like he told me, like, okay, if I wasn't at the pit party, because when I was at the pit party, it's like, okay, I'm gonna look for you. If I didn't do it, I mean, I'm sure he still would have seen it, but, like, not particularly mine, so, I don't know. Anyways, back to what we were talking about, I'm just gonna do the highlights using my own videos, because this was just such a good run right here. Now I have to watch my terrible camera work. I zoom in way too far every time I record. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fix that next time, and then I don't fix it next time. This was just generally good run. I just want to skip to the last 30 seconds, though, because that's when it really all came together. I'm gonna pull monsterjam.com because I always want to have it up, because they actually change the lineup like quite often. So pit party at 2:30. That doesn't seem normal. I think they did that though so that you wouldn't leave to go to the start time. You just stay there the entire time. Because the pit party ends at 5:30, and the opening gates to go there regularly is like 5. So I think something like that. So you just kind of sit around there after the pit party. That's why let me go back to my channel really quick. That's why right here, I wasn't just not doing anything at the pit party. It's because this was when they weren't letting any more people in. They basically, there's a last group of people, and they were just the last ones to do it. I already got everyone except Bryce Kenny. Bryce Kenny's the only picture I wasn't able to get. So yeah. Guys, let's watch my own live stream. That's a stream delay if I've ever seen one. And I'm always trying to find more highlights to translate to shorts, because this one it did pretty well. So I'm always looking for highlights to use. And that's another thing. If any of you guys ever have any video clips of Monster Jam stuff, and you let me, like, I will put your videos to shorts and say that they're your videos. It's a good trade-off. I get the views, you get your shout-out, and your shout-out goes to all the views, right? I just don't know. Alright, anyways. Everyone got new pictures as well. I don't know, I just was pointing that out. I don't like the way they do this now. Like, they used to do it in the grid. I don't like the way they do it now, though. It's like, this is weird. So this interests me because we still see, like, some trucks here that aren't, like, we still see Brodozer here. Brodozer and, so no Bro Camino, but Brodozer is still there. And I thought it was, like, the end of those trucks, like, right? It was the entire end of those trucks, right? So it's weird that they still show them on this page. Wasted Nights? What? What even is that? Alright. Back to what we were doing. Now that I look at that compared to Kim Murphy's jump, I think that was the biggest jump of the entire show. Alright, so that's the end of Glendale. He's just now starting to do the moonwalks from the bicycles again, but I hope he sticks to doing sidewall saves or saves like that, because they're genuinely a lot cooler than, like, a bicycle into a moonwalk. It's just my opinion. I'm not saying they're bad. They're definitely highlights to the show. They're just not as good. Yet another reason they should put him on stadium. Amano Castro, he did pretty good on all the stadium shows this year. And they still have, like, a little under 3 months to change, to switch anything around, so, like, it's not too late, it's just that they probably won't. There's an interesting design choice, too, in the rims. Like, did they make them purple and have the blue beat locks? Like, they just did the blue. So that's what I want to focus on, is it's literally identical to the Todd LeDuc save in Tampa, except it did a full rotation, and yep, that's where we're gonna turn off the thing, because, like, last time I was reacting to something, this is on my other channel, and the ad showed up, I got copyright striked, and now I can't live stream on that channel anymore. I totally forgot to put it in full screen right there. So I think this is Dave Wolford, right? Yeah, it was. They might have shut him off right there. Because he totally had that. Oh, something's wrong with the rear suspension right there. You have to shut that off quick. The suspension is the only thing from keeping you... It's the only thing that keeps you from basically dying when you're landing from a jump, so... If it breaks, I don't know what to tell you. I guess you're dead. See what I mean? He landed that perfectly fine. How did the truck end up perfectly upside down? Like, I don't know how he manages to do that all the time. He just does. I'm also just not realizing, I don't think he showed any of the Ryan Anderson clips from Glendale. Man, that was a nice transition to the backflip. Look at that. I think he lost a little bit of momentum because of it, because he landed like that, but like, that was generally a really smooth transition to the backflip. I don't think that I've ever seen someone do that before. Like, coming off the jump, he just went for the backflip. Something's wrong right there. None of the tires were moving when he gassed it. The hood landed. Oh, the hood landed back. Wait, look. The hood lands right back where it's supposed to go. It's great. It just landed upside down, but still, it landed right back where it's supposed to be. Oh, well, there goes the body. I always love watching him in the truck. Like, when the whole body falls off, just watching his arms going in there. Where'd all the track go? It's all just brown now. So I guess we just skipped over a few freestyles or something. I know the backflip was like that for some reason, but I don't think the rest of the track looked that dead. He should have let it settle down a little bit, and he just should have floored it like a Lee O'Donnell. He definitely could have gotten some sort of rotation, whether it be a full front flip or not. Like, if I ever drive, this is how I want my rookie year to be. Like, if I ever start driving, I hope to be put on stadiums just so I can do stuff like this. Like, in my first year. Everyone would be so confused, but I'd just be there doing it. I have to, like, explain to my crew, like, I'm not gonna do bad just because I'm a rookie, right? I'm gonna go crazy. That was really cool if she could have got that. That was one of the coolest moves in racing. Oh, here it is. Tom Meents breaks the wall. You can't really see it from that angle, but you could probably tell you a little bit right there. He broke the wall. Now that's Adam Anderson, I think. No, it's Tyler Menninga. I was gonna say, like, Adam Anderson does bicycle moonwalks. I guess Tyler Menninga's really good at moonwalks. Like, Adam Anderson's one of the, like, best drivers that does know how to do moonwalks. Tyler Menninga's really good at moonwalks, and he always tries to do bicycles in arenas just so they don't work out. So, you just combine the two, and then you get a crazy move like that. That's why I'm excited to see him at my show. Hopefully, he's still going that crazy. I almost want to get this track layout again, because now drivers, like, are starting to find out, oh, we need to go a lot bigger on this track. Turn it, come on. Yeah, because I was watching it from this other angle back there, so this is odd to watch it from, like, the completely opposite angle now. See what I mean? He's definitely uprising, or an uprising star, I should say, in Monster Jam. Given that both the shows of this track layout were red, though, I think it's going to be Stadium Tour Red that gets this track, not yellow. So, I'll probably just have a Chicago-style track. That's what I assume. Which is probably my least favorite track layout, Chicago-style. I don't know. It's just generally not that exciting to me. I don't know if I just got so quiet in these last few minutes of it. Nice. That's generally not a move I like to see, but when you throw it into the middle of a freestyle from, like, a ramp. Just look at this. Like, if he's still doing that kind of stuff when he comes to my show next year, I swear, like, I'm gonna lose it. This year's just generally been a bad time for my shows. If it's not a truck breaking, the truck not even getting to drive at all, and you know, if it's not a truck doing really good stuff, or if it's not a truck doing mediocre stuff, it's a truck not doing anything. It's a truck doing small error. Trucks doing unfortunate crashes that they can't save. It's just generally been an unlucky year for Glendale. So hopefully things will be better next year. Tour-wise, things will definitely be better next year. This has been an hour.